Welcome to my latest podcast series, One Life. My name's Terence Wallace. I'm the writer and publisher of a weekly essay entitled Indelible Adventures, and I'll be your host. This podcast series sets out to prompt and challenge your thinking about life and what it means to really live your life. I'll share with you my insights and personal experiences with the sole objective of getting you to reflect and think about your approach to living your best life. So let's get started. This week's episode is entitled The Power of Positivity. It's taken me a long time to realize that every day is a choice. Each day we choose how we're going to live, how we interact, relate, and if we're going to be frustrated, upset, happy or sad. It's always up to us. Earlier in my life, I blamed all of my woes on everyone and everything around me. It was always someone else or something else's fault, but never me. I invariably was the victim in every situation. And it wasn't until I took a good hard look at who I was and how I'd been playing the victim and the limitations that ensued. As you can imagine, by this point in my life, I felt like I'd missed a lot of opportunities for real joy and happiness. Always caught up in the day-to-day frustrations and never a time to smell the roses. This fact was difficult to come to terms with, particularly since I was the problem. This little epiphany was quite a slap in the face, because for many of us, it's hard to see beyond our own ego and the life in front of us. It's hard to step back and see life for what it really is and the opportunities that it beholds. I realized that negativity begets negativity. No ifs, ands or buts about that. And if I was going to make a real change, I needed to rethink how I viewed and approached the world on a day-to-day basis. I decided from that morning that I would reset and look at the positive energy in the world around me. I decided on doing the simple things, like smiling more, taking my time and not rushing, enjoying the small moments while letting the negative thoughts wash over me rather than weigh me down. Who would have guessed that such a small adjustment on a day-to-day basis would have such a profound and positive impact on my life, as well as all those around me? As you know, it only takes one person to have a positive outlook, and before you know it, you're feeling their vibe as well. Sounds simple, doesn't it? But to me, it was a game changer. Sure, enough others pick up on the positive energy and often begin to follow suit. Sometimes in small ways to start, but before long you have a mini movement on your hands. I would challenge each of you to try this simple technique every day for a week and see what a dose of positive energy will do to brighten up your day and those around you. As a leader, I understand that I set the tone, and I found this simple mindset change completely energizing both myself and everyone that came in contact with me, whether it be for work or for play. A positive attitude sees no boundaries. Being positive and upbeat is not being fake. It's about a real mindset change. Do I see the glass half empty or do I see it half full? Looking for those silver linings or in the inherent good in situations is truly a game changer, as I've said. That takes vigilance, of course. Each time I begin to have negative thoughts about a situation, I try to snap out of it and change the way I think. To do this, I take a breath, I try to emotionally separate myself from the situation and reevaluate what's going on, giving me that few seconds to really evaluate and think, how is this affecting me? What's my reaction? How do I feel? What are the silver linings? I've had this conversation with my two kids, well, both grown kids now. Zach and Sam both are at university, but I've had the same conversation with them about them choosing how they're going to react to situations. The way that they open the start of every new day and the way that they look at the world has changed. And again, probably through my coaching and conversations, but it really has made a difference in the way that they look at the world and start each day. A simple tactic I've used very successfully is that when my alarm goes off in the mornings, before I leap out of bed and embrace the new day, I spend a moment reflecting on how lucky I am and the people that are in it. Being grateful helps ground me to the start of every new day. And with this comes the realization of how lucky I am to live the life that I do, in the place that I do, with the people around me that I have. So that's my simple building block. That's how my day starts, and that's how I view the world. I get to choose every day. Constantly reminding myself to choose positivity and love over frustration and anger. It definitely took a little time to break the victim mentality and to begin to look at my world through a positive lens. Now it's become second nature, but it took some of this positive self-talk early on to change the soundtrack in my head. Now there is no question that some days are harder than others, but it's important to endeavour to start each day with a positive mindset. Now that's not to say there won't be hurdles, setbacks or speed bumps each day, but it's how you handle those annoyances and minor frustrations that set the tone for the remainder of your day. If you start each day on a positive note, then you're halfway there. If you start your day on the wrong foot with a negative mindset, then over the course of the day, you'll find that it's becoming a self-fulfilling prophecy, you playing the victim in your very own self-made opera. When I find myself in a situation like this, it's time for me to take a break, find a quiet place, and meditate, even for 10 minutes. In a quiet place, closing my eyes and breathing deeply, following my breath in and out, slowly and deeply. My intent is to clear my mind, to push the negative thoughts from it, and to start with a clean slate. I've seen and experienced what a positive mindset can do. I hope this week's episode has given you a moment to take pause and reflect, because it isn't self-awareness one of the most important things that we can do for ourselves? This week I'm going to leave you with one of my favourite poets, William Ernest Henley's seminal piece, Invictus. Out of the night that covers me, black as the pit from pole to pole, I thank whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul. In the fell clutch of circumstance, I have not winced nor cried aloud. Under the bludgeonings of chance, my head is bloody but unbowed. Beyond this place of wrath and tears looms but the horror of the shade, and yet the menace of the years finds and shall find me unafraid. It matters not how strait the gate, how charged with punishments the scroll. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. I particularly love the last two lines of this poem. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. After all, each day you choose. You are the master of your fate. You are the captain of your soul. You decide. If you'd like to learn more about Indelible Adventures and the products and services we provide, please take a moment to visit my website at www.indelibleadventures.com. Indelible Adventures is one word. Thanks for listening and look forward to hosting you again soon. All the best.